What up, you guys? It's Blaze over here, Blue Chip Athletic Club Project Poolside Phase 2, Day 3. We got some Regen and Isometrics today. We're going to start off, just kind of follow along with me here. I'll kind of go through the flow with you. You can feel free to pause the video again with the full video walkthrough, or then go through kind of the individual movement patterns here as we kind of get it ripping. But we've got 90-90 rolls to start. We're going to go 5 per side. Today's about kind of loosening up and being a little bit humbled by movement. So don't be afraid, or biggest thing that I want you guys to know is don't worry about kind of the way that you look. I know it can be a challenge in a public gym, but at the end of the day, nobody truly cares what you're doing. So 90-90 roll, what's it going to look like? I'm going to throw my hands down to my right side. My knees are going to come down to my right. I'm then going to reach my hands, move some of my equipment out of the way, down, up, and all the way around. Nice big reach. And then my hips naturally switch over to the other side, and I'll pop myself up. That would be one, going one direction. And then I'm going to go all the way back around. Nice big reach. That would be one the other way. We'll do 5 total per side for our 90-90 reach. Or excuse me, 90-90 rolls. Next movement we've got our Piked machine washer roll. This is the move that I think will be incredibly humbling for some, even myself at times, and can be kind of challenging. So what we're going to do, I'm going to come all the way here towards the camera. I'm going to then bring my body into what I'll call almost like a sit and reach, where I'm trying to touch my toes. I'm then going to drop my right shoulder down into the floor. Here, I'm going to take my left foot up off of my right, and then I'm going to help push my body up and over all the way to the other side. And the goal is to kind of stay in this nice folded position, and we'll just roll side to side. So the goal, again, staying over your knees. We're here, popping the body up and over, and you'll notice that as you kind of roll side to side, your shoulders are going to end up loosening up a ton. So the Piked machine washer roll, again, don't be frustrated with it right away. Stick with it, see how you're kind of doing, and then watch the kind of how to here a handful of times, and you'll kind of get the point. Kind of popping yourself over, kind of staying in that tucked position, and the goal is to just kind of loosen up the head and neck as we go. Next move is going to be our sleeper stretch. We'll stick with the shoulder mobility for another minute or two. We're going to go 5 per side. And the yoga block is really something that's super helpful here. But if you have a plate, whatever you kind of have access to, you can use that as well. I'm going to throw a yoga block here under my head, almost like I'm going to sleep. I don't necessarily care what your legs are doing. The goal is to kind of grab, I've got my right arm here on the ground, grab my right wrist with my left hand, and I'm just going to drop this hand down here. We'll go for a handful of seconds here, and then back up, drop it down for 2, and we'll work 5 times per side, and then I'll flip over and do the other side. That's going to be our sleeper stretch. Next, we're going to get into our eagle grip hang. So similar to our dead hang here in phase 2 for Project Poolside, we're going to do our eagle grip hang. The goal is going to be 60 seconds. Now, it's okay if you can't get full 60 seconds. I want you to hold it up there as long as you can, record your times, and then we'll continue to work on it. The eagle grip hang, though, is different than a normal dead hang because we're going to have our wrists facing out and away. So I'm going to be facing you here at the camera. My wrist is faced, my palm, top of my palm is going to be facing out. Same on this side, facing out. And then I'm just going to hang here on the pull-up bar for my full 60 seconds. If you can hold it the whole time, great. Again, if this is starting to get challenging, you're like, holy shit, I can't stay up. Pop down, shake your arms out, 32, 33, 34, get your wrist back up here, let that thing ride, and then try and hang on to it. Our shoulders are going to thank us. It's going to feel super, super nice for you. Again, you can always add a band if you need a little bit of help keeping you up for the pull-up variants that we have here in this program. Next movement is going to be our lying crescent kicks. We're going to do 5 per side per direction. Very simple. You'll lie here onto your back. My left leg is going to stay long. My right leg is going to be up. And I'm going to go out, and I'm essentially going to draw like a D up here for 3. And then after I do all 5, I'm going to draw it in reverse. That will be 1. That will be 2. And then we'll work the other side. Left leg up, out, and draw the D. And then we'll work the other way, out and up, 5 times per leg. We're going to get our elevated pigeon next. So what you're going to need, some sort of an elevated surface here that you can work with. I'm going to grab a bench. My left leg is going to be up on the bench. I'm dropping here into that elevated pigeon pose, and I'm kind of meeting myself where I'm at. So for me today, my hips are kind of tight. I do have my back knee on the ground. I don't always get it down. If you need a little bit of help, you can press up and have your body kind of here sitting, and you can kind of give yourself a little rock. We're going to go 60 seconds per side. Do a little bit of exploration here. If you want to move around and fidget a bit, you can. Once you're done with 60 seconds, I like to kind of pop up, shake out my leg, bring the other one out and around, and then get into it here. You'll notice one side's probably tighter than the other. That's normal. It's okay. We're not perfect people that are same side to side. And nothing like an elevated pigeon to remind you of that. So after your 60 seconds per side, we're going to get into our weighted adductor fly holds. Let me move this out of the way. Pair more. All right. Weighted adductor fly holds. What I have here is really, really light kettlebells. I believe they're 8 pounds a piece. If you have really access to a super small or light kettlebell, that is going to be the most ideal. Otherwise, I want you to go up to a wall and utilize a wall for this, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here in a second. So really light kettlebells. I'm going to throw my kettlebells here as I lay back around my toes, bring my legs straight up, and now I'm going to drop my feet out to the side. Oh boy. And I'm going to be here for 60 seconds. This is going to be the hold. Sometimes I like to rock side to side. And this is pretty intense, I'm not going to lie, with 8 pounds. So work with what you got. If that's too intense for you, or if you don't have access to kettlebells that are light enough to go around your toes, what we're going to do is we're going to go to a wall, okay, and do something similar. So I'm going to be here. I'll show you the variant. I'm going to scoot. I'll use the barbell rack as my pseudo wall. My legs are going to pop up on it, and then I'm just going to let them fall down to the side. Oh, and then work for the full 60 seconds. The goal again, as I kick the whiteboard, is going to be to get those legs to come down as far as we can, really open up the inner part of the thigh, and then work, again, our mobility as we get rolling. So next move is going to be our pancake bounces. Very simple movement pattern here. I'm going to sit down on the ground. My legs are going to be nice and wide. All I'm going to do is work for 60 seconds. I'm just going to kind of bounce here between my legs. Legs are going to be wide. What I like to do is kind of exhale as I bounce forward. It gives you a little bit more space here in your hips. So if I was going, I'd be doing it kind of quick exhales, like, and notice how I kind of do that. The further and further I get away from my body. Eventually, if you want to open the legs up a little bit more, maybe at your halfway point, you can do that. We'll work for 60 total seconds. Then we're going to get into our horse stance holds. We'll pop up to the off of our butt and onto our feet. What I want to do now is I want to stand up. I want to turn my toes out to the outer part of the room. I want to take a relatively wide stance outside of shoulder width, probably by 6 or so inches on both sides. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to squat down here and really lean into the hips. Now, I like to sometimes throw my hands on the inside here of my knees. It really helps keep my hips wide. And I'm just going to be here for the full 60 seconds. Again, I'm not expecting you to be able to hold the hold for 60 total seconds. If you do it for 20, come up, shake your legs out, get back down into it for the rest of the time. That's what we're looking to do. So get back into it, 60-second hold for your horse stance hold for the first of 2 of them. Next, we're going to get into our standing splits. This is also a challenging move, but something that is super, super beneficial. I'm gonna end up turning slightly away from you as I kind of demo this. So I've got our barbell here up on a rack mounted. I'm gonna kick my leg up onto the rack. Now, obviously you can change the height of where this is to make this more manageable for you. If you want, you can have a weight in both hands. I just decided to grab one today, and I'm basically just gonna let that weight drop me down, and I'm gonna get a nice stretch here on my right side. Oh, baby. And I'm just gonna be here for the full 60 seconds. After I'm done on the right, I'm gonna kick up my left foot. Again, same thing, letting the weight kind of pull me down, getting a nice good stretch there into my hamstring on both sides. And then after that, we're gonna go back into a 60-second horse stance hold. So with legs again nice and wide, toes are gonna be pointed out the outside of the room, and we're gonna be down here in that hold. 60 total seconds. Again, if we got to pop up, shake it out, get back down to it, make sure you're getting after it. After that, we're going to do 10 forearm raises. This move is super simple as well. Ironically enough, the closer your hands are to the body, the more difficult this pattern becomes, and the further away it is, the easier it is. So to kind of start to build your progression, I'm going to start hands kind of out far away, and I'm just going to push my kind of balls of my hand, or the callus part of my hand here, into the floor for 1, for 2. And then as I start to kind of see what's easy and what's more challenging, I'm going to then bring my hands closer and closer. And again, you're trying to keep your weight over your hands, and you'll work for 10 total reps. Now, bringing your hands in, you can get all the way in, stacked under the elbows here. Your next progression is you're going to go out a lot further, and you're going to pop up into a plank, and then you're going to try and work. And that's kind of where I am now. So I kind of have to go up 1, up for 2, and down, like one hand kind of at a time. So meet yourself where you're at, make it challenging. The more you get closer to the body, the more difficult it is. So there's going to be 10 forearm raises, and then we're going to get into our wall bridge rotations. I'm going to pull the barbell down here. Wall bridge rotations are super nice for the shoulders. Pull the flag down here for a second. So my feet are going to be planted out in front of me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look over my right shoulder, plant my hand here onto the wall, and then I'm going to draw kind of like a rainbow with my left hand, and then draw one back with my right, come all the way up around. That would be 1. I'm going to go 5 per side. Left hand plants in the wall. I'm looking around for 2. Your, I guess, way that you can make this more challenging, the further away you are from the wall, the more you're going to have to back bend and stretch to get over to it. The closer you are to the wall, the easier it is for you to get your hands around and go. So play with your feet position, walk them a little bit further away from the wall if it feels a little bit easy, and then closer to the wall if you need it to be more if you need it to be more manageable for you. Okay, after our 5 wall bridge rotations per side, we're getting into our last thing, which is going to be our middle splits. We're going to go 60 seconds of each, middle, and then each of the side splits. So middle split, what it's going to look like, legs are going to be kind of as wide as they can be, and we're just going to be down here and holding for 60 total seconds. Again, do I expect you to hold this for the full time? No. I want you to be here. If you're going to be here for the 60 full seconds and you can make it, great. I want you to get as low as you can. This is about where my limit is right now, and I'm going to hold here. And that's how this is hard for me. I'm being challenged here by holding this. And I'll be here for 60 total seconds. After my 60 seconds, I normally have to drop my hands down, get myself out of the movement, and then I'm going to go into our side and or front splits the same way. So I'm going to drive my front foot as far forward as I can make it. I actually bring my toe up off the ground, and now I'm here, and my feet are staggered so that I can keep my balance. And I'm going to be here using my hands to balance, really trying to keep the back leg straight. That is going to be my left foot forward. We'll be there for 60 seconds. Then I'm going to drop my knee to the ground, flip my feet around, and then get into the active front split here on the other side, working down. Now, some people don't like the heel drive into the ground. I find it gives me more balance. If you're somebody who has a flat foot, feel free. Flat foot, you can make it happen. I definitely find the heel driving into the ground and the toe up off the ground helps me stay balanced. So after your 60 seconds of your splits on either side, we are done for the day. A little bit of a challenging, a little bit of a different day. Isometrics, a lot of different movement patterns. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Good luck. We'll see you in the next workout. Peace.